what kind of hawk he is. Washoe Lake. Another beautiful day on the Comstock. So Jeff and Leela Williams stopped by here, and they're out here exploring, looking around the jumbo grid area. And I told them about the 5 ounce per ton claim or mine that's about a mile away from here to the north. You can't get to it by any kind of vehicle or even my little scooter thing. So you gotta hike. That's what I'm gonna do today. Gotta go up over a hill, down into a ravine, more like a canyon, and then I gotta climb 300 feet up the hill to get to the mine dump. That's where we're going today. If you come along with me, we'll go see what it looks like. So here's my first glimpse of the mine dump. From this perspective here, it looks small, and it doesn't look that far away. But there's a canyon between here and there. Boy, if anybody ain't ever told you how beautiful it is over here, this country is beautiful. That's somebody's deer stand right there. And of course there's that big, huge mine dump right there that's in the ravine. I haven't looked at any of this stuff in the 3 years I've been coming up here. See if we can get a scale of the geography here. It's kind of steep coming down and very thick. Looks like it's time to do some brush beating. As I get closer, I can see diggings. I don't know if they're going to show on camera. There's lots of hand stacking going on. And that's the outcrop I'm going to follow up the hill. So here's the ravine. I don't see any evidence of hand stacking. Let's go take a look. Got a nice easy game trail to follow. Looks like they might have been throwing some stuff out of this ditch. You might get a scale of how steep the country is around here. That hill on the left, that's where I had a serious accident. The quad died on me. We had a rollover crash, and I just barely missed getting smushed. I want to take some time to point these buckwheat plants out. Look at this one right here, it's old. It's died out several times, come back. died out. It's got some kind of fungal infection apparently. But they take a long time to get this big. They like to grow on mineralized soil. So we can determine by these buckwheat plants that this soil has not been disturbed in many years, decades. I'd be surprised if I don't break this phone today. Alright, so I passed up the hand stack spot, I think, but here we have a prospect pit right here. I don't know if I'm going to mess with it as far as taking samples goes. Somebody lost a glove. Oh, that was me. Here we come upon one of the first diggings on the outcrop coming up the hill. Wow, it looks like they really pulled this outcrop apart. Wow. There's a shaft there, but it's filled in. Looks like they went down before more than just a little bit. Look at that rock. We gotta get samples. Let's take a moment to enjoy the view, shall we? Outstanding. Got all these trumpet plants in bloom. All over the place. Look at that view. Wow, since I looked at this looks like a crosscut vein almost. It's some of that fault gouge material. Really brecciated. A lot of clay. And ground up rhyolite. This is where I'm going to grab my sample from right here. Right up to this foot wall. And then some up here by that hanging wall there. Probably right from this. We'll take some from there too. Looks good. Look at this stuff right here. It looks like cinnabar. So I'm taking my samples from this hanging wall, but I'm getting it from where it's red. Kind of in this zone right here. It looks like this is where they went down to start with, where this fault zone intersects this vein. Look at this rock. It almost looks like it's sticky. Is there gold? Can you see any gold in there? That's where it's going to be. $5 ounces a ton in this gold mine. So, following this vein right here, you can stand and look down the hill, and down below us is another mine dump. My guess is that that's the haulage way. Hence, that's probably why there's no trails to to this spot because this was where they went down. And then maybe they stoked up from the bottom from the original adit, which was down below. Let's go find it. Here we have another prospect pit. I didn't notice until just now. That one looks like it's kind of deep. See, somebody's riding their motorcycle up here. Crazy, man. This is dangerous. Loose rock everywhere. That's impressive. I imagine there's even gold right here in this dump. All this rock's been weathering for 100 years. And it carries gold, all of it. Just richer in spots like that right there. We'll see if that has gold. Look at this rhyolite dome. Right up against the andesite. There's got to be gold in this ravine. I just haven't really sampled it yet. All this soil has been washed. It's as loose as can be. Here you can almost see it's like a kind of like a tailings pile right here. Yeah, they were going for the gold right there. This is all washed soils. Oh, so there is a tailings pile. Look at that. I overshot it. Maybe this is where they went in underneath. Look, it's been holding water. These grasses don't grow unless it holds water. So maybe they had a holding pond here to use for their hydraulic operations. Was this an intentional dam? I don't think so. This is a tailings pile, man. They were washing stuff right here. This is a big, huge tailings pile. And it looks like they did try it. They dammed it up. They used it for a dam. Here's the spillway right here. Look, here's the spillway. There's an artifact down below, a couple of them. We'll have to go check those out. Piece of drain tile here. That looks like a gas can of some sort. Propane or some kind of compressed gas. So, if this is a mine dump, then that means that the adit's going to be over here on this side. Oh yeah, there was an adit there. There was an adit right there. And it was, looks like it naturally filled in. Let's get a better shot. Wow, there might even be a pit. Let's go check it out. I gotta go around though. Wow, man. This could be a substantial tunnel. Oh, look. Oh, it goes into the hill down there. There's a tunnel inside of there, man. Somebody could claim this. They got their own mine tunnel. That filled in naturally. This soil around here is like garden soil. It's probably 6 foot deep in some places. So it only takes a couple winters to fill in your holes. Yeah, they had water there. They were saving that water down off the hill in the wintertime. They had a little pond right there. How about that? Okay, this is what I'm going to call the limonite diggings right here. Look, they ran into a clay layer. And they were washing it right here. You're going to have to dig through a lot of pine cones to get down to where they were at. I'd say somebody spent a couple days up here doing this, maybe more. Look at all of this stuff here. That's a lot of work. They were finding gold, weren't they? Nobody works that hard unless they're getting gold. So this would be another mine dump to take samples from. Just look at some of this rock. Would you just look at it? This looks like the kind of stuff that the uniform channel crushes up and processes into smelted gold. Bet you he'd love to have some of this stuff. Let's look on up here. Looks like some more diggings. Another spot. Okay, the mine dump that we were looking at is way up on that hill over there, center screen. And there's another mine dump that I didn't look at. Maybe another day I'll get up there and look at that one. More evidence of prospecting. There's a pit here that goes down that they must have followed up from below. And there's another pit over there that I can't quite get to just yet. You gotta watch it. So somebody spent some time right there digging and washing. So from this view you can really see the all the hydrothermal field that this gold was deposited in. All these rhyolite domes where the fluids were coming up. And that rhyolite field from rhyolite domes goes all the way through this saddle right here and then down the hill. Well, I'm back from my hike to check out the 5 ounce per ton gold mine, and I'm going to do some panning. I don't have a tripod, so you're just going to have to wait until I'm done and we'll see what's in it. So there was gold in that stuff, but I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see any of it. I mean, you might be able to see it there on camera. I know I can't right now looking at the screen, but look how micro tiny fine that stuff is. Those are little pieces of gold. And probably sulfides too. I don't know. But that shows that just out of that handful there's gold in that mine. We need to find the big chunks.